Hey everyone, Nick Nielsen and Brandon Goebel back. We are so excited to be joined by Steve Francis, NBA royalty, NBA All-Star, Rookie of the Year. You've done all the cool things, and here you are back at the national tournament at Hutchinson, Kansas. It's great to see you out here. Talk a little bit about your involvement with Allegany and the Trojans this year.
Well, when I woke up this morning, I thought I was going to suit up and play. So I went to my pregame routine. I called Coach about 7 o'clock, told him what I was about to have breakfast. But, you know, Allegany, that was my second junior college I went to that was close to Maryland for me. And it felt like home. So ever since I left, always stayed in contact with Coach. And Coach Reams has been doing a wonderful job of getting the best out of my players, both on and off the court. So continue to stay involved.
I know when you were at Allegany, you were coached by legendary Hall of Fame coach Bob Kirk. How important was Allegany in you becoming the franchise, the great NBA player that you were?
Back in my day, you know, we really didn't have weight rooms as much, but for me to go to Allegany, which was 2 hours away from my home, which is Washington, D.C., it was a sense of resurgence. You know, I went to so many high schools and got my GED, but Coach Kirk gave me a chance to be comfortable at home and to be able to play basketball in multiple positions, not only shooting guard, but point guard also.
When you speak to these kids that are currently at Allegany, what are kind of some of the things that you talk to them about that you learned in junior college that you took with you through your NBA career, kind of impart some of that wisdom to them?
Well, of course, times have changed so significantly with NILs and guys being able to get recruited early to go to the G League or the NBA. But from being in Cumberland for that period of time that I was there, it's always, you know, look at what you're going to do after your career, like where I'm at now. And Allegany was a springboard for me. I got my associate arts degree from Allegany Community College, and it's helped me in my business career now in real estate and construction. So pay attention to all the things that you possibly can learn while you're in college.
Steve, we really thank you so much for making a few minutes for us. Tough game for the Trojans today, but that takes away nothing from a fantastic season that Allegany had, and it's great to see you back here in Allegany, even though the colors are a little bit different.
Yeah, they are.
Is it a little bit different for you wearing, you know, the blue and green versus the traditional red and white?
It was, and I think the red and black and white can stay with Coach Kirk's legacy. The gym is named after Coach Kirk, and he's done so much in that community, and we all respect what the blueprint he's laid for us, and we continue to carry it on. John Turner is also a coach there at Allegany, and you know, we try our best to get some of the good players there.
That's awesome. Steve, thank you so much for your time. We'll let you go be with the kids, but thanks for spending a few minutes with us.
Appreciate it.
All right, thank you so much.
Thanks.
Take care.
All right, we'll let Steve get on his way here as we continue the post-game show. Cowley with a great win this afternoon over Allegany. All right, thank you, Steve. I appreciate it.
I text you, all right?
I'll take care of it. Thank you, Steve. Well, that was Brandon. That was awesome.
That was great.
I mean, that was amazing.
Come on. We come here, we're going to talk some JUCO basketball. We're going to watch hoops all day and who wanders in, but the franchise, Steve Francis, somebody that anytime we're talking about JUCO legends, we're talking about former NBA players, whose name always comes up instantaneously. Pretty darn cool.
Yeah, I mean, you don't get JUCO starstruck too often.
No.
But, I mean, that is like true confession. A little bit JUCO, JM starstruck right there.
I am fully prepared to resuscitate you if the Matrix walks in. So
if the Matrix walks in right now, I think those two would go one-on-one. Sean Marion, if you're listening, I know you probably are, friend of the program. Steve Francis wants the tape of Vincent's Allegany from 1998. Let's talk about things that happened today. Cowley with a great win, 87-64. Jeff Nwankwo was everything as advertised, right? 23 points, 13 rebounds. He only had 1 assist, but he made a lot of great passes. What do you see from Jeff and just the Cowley Tigers today?
You know, the interesting thing about him, and something that as the game was going on that I was talking to Division I coaches about, was they were a little surprised at how good his feel is. The fact that he played football out of high school at Tulane, they were kind of concerned with, is he just an athlete? Is he just physically dominant at this level, but what is that going to look like and translate to? And they were really impressed with how good of a feel he has for the game. Those kinds of things are really going to help him boost that recruitment, especially as now a lot more people are going to be even more locked in coming into this the second game for them.
Yeah, I completely agree. You know, I watched Tyon Grant Foster from Grand Canyon, former, JUCO player at Indian Hills. A little bit of a different build, but you see some of those similarities with the way they move, how they handle the ball, how they pass. I think there's a really good chance at a Power 5 level, Jeff Nwankwo could be a guard. I mean, I think he has all of the traits to do that, as well as be a dominant rebounder.
Absolutely. You know, the other player that I really want to focus on here from Cowley was Corey Thomas. Was fantastic today. Got a lot done in the paint, was able to score. He can shoot the ball a little bit, rebounded it well, defended his position well. I thought he was also a standout in this game and somebody that's going to continue going forward, being an X factor here, because it is difficult sometimes in junior college for big men to be able to really kind of function in that speed. He can play at any speed. And, I think he showed today that why his recruitment has really kind of started to pick up. This is why.
Yeah, they do that 4 out, 1 in with him being the inside guy, and they throw that ball in there, and now you have a 6'10" guy who's a really good passer with his ball in his hands, and you get guys cutting. Cowley, I think it's a good pick that you made, Brandon. You may have a little bit of horse sense. We got, 3 more to go?
We got 3 more.
3 more. All right. We're going to transition now. We got a big game coming up. Game 3, the last game of session 1. We got Panola versus Jones. Mississippi, always a little bit of upstart. Maybe they don't get the national recognition that they deserve. We've already seen maybe one upset today, if you want to call it that. I don't know, 28-2. There shouldn't be any upsets. But could Jones continue the streak of maybe a little bit of upset mania here at
This
session
is definitely
1?
A game that I know you put a target on your back for.
I know.
I'm picking Jones.
South Plains fan club
Hayden
after
Sowers
me.
is still looking for you. He's up in the upper level somewhere. But this is a team that you picked to go a long way, and look, they are going to be under the radar. They're going to be under everybody's radar, and it's interesting. Like a team like Walter State comes in that everybody wasn't really maybe necessarily thinking they would have to prepare for. This is going to be a tough game. Panola is very talented, and so is Jones. And coming out of a league where there's a lot of parity, like it is a fight every night in that league.
Yeah, Yaphet Mundi, one of our favorite players in all of junior college basketball, is a real presence inside. And he is very capable of putting up a 20-10 game. I think the only question is, can he get enough touches? Will the guards of Panola throw him at the ball? If so, could be the difference in the game, because I don't know that Jones has somebody who can match up with Mundi inside.
Absolutely. And, for Panola as well, Jonah Hinton, whose recruitment has really started to explode lately. He's kind of, I guess if you want to circle the other star on the team, it's going to be Jonah. He's a very dynamic player. He can get to the rim in a lot of ways. He's going to be fun to watch, but I think you're right. I think Yaphet Mundi is really kind of the hey, if you're gonna win this one, you're gonna have to get him the rock. You're gonna have to find a way to allow him to work.
One of the things I'm most excited in this game is to really follow the three-point line. Panola might be the best team in the tournament at guarding the three, giving up about 28% on the season, about 66 points per game. And then you have Jones, right? Shooting at an incredibly high clip, 41% on the season. That's incredibly efficient. So who's going to win that battle at the three-point line?
Well, and what's interesting here, that first game where we had the upset with Walters, we'd circled early on that defensive three-point percentage for them, 31%. They were really good at defending the perimeter all season. They did the same thing against Daytona. Jones, 31% defensive three-point percentage. Are they going to be able to defend the perimeter enough and then find a way to try and lock down Yaphet Mundi? If they're going to be able to keep up scoring-wise, it's going to come from the brothers Dim and Kai Purnell. Both 17-plus points a game this year. Both starting to, recruitment is starting to pick up. And those are the kinds of guys that if they have, if they can do what they're capable of in this game, everybody's going to be circling them, starting to make phone calls, figuring out who are these guys, and what's their recruitment look like.
Yeah, so I had one coach say, hey, the Purnell brothers, they're pretty good for Mississippi guards. And then I was like, wait a second. I think they're just pretty good.
I think they're pretty good.
Jones is battle tested a little bit though, right? Mississippi's a little bit different with how they do things, but Jones has played Northwest Florida, right? And I think playing one of those big power programs, even if it's a loss, I think is a net benefit to a team once they get out here into the sports arena.
Absolutely. And there are very good teams in Mississippi. They are battle tested in conference as well. The Pearl Rivers, the Northeast, the East Mississippis, the Mississippi Southwest. There are good teams in that league. They might be a perennial one-bid league, but there is a lot of talent in that league.
And Jones has won the national title, right? And if you're looking for teams, right, we've talked about in the modern era of junior college basketball, the last 10 years, we've had 5 teams that have had a bye who've won a title, 5 teams that came from this round of 24 who won a title. Both of these teams, if they win this game, could beat South Plains. Coach Sowers, I'm here. You know, these could be the teams that could get on a little bit of a roll.
There goes Hayden Sowers right behind you.
We love South Plains. Hayden Sowers, friend of the program. We can't wait to see this game kick off. Stay with us all tournament long. If you haven't done so already, make sure that you've signed up for ESPN Plus to get all of the great action live. Brandon, let's have another great game.
Let's go.